everybody, I'm Eleanor Roosevelt, and welcome to another episode of Down and Derby Talk. We have had a couple of requests from people asking us to do some sort of 101 or basic learn how to skate tutorials. So we thought we would start first off with a build up to one-footed glides. One of the things that you can do at home before you put skates on to kind of get used to the feeling of one-footed glides, obviously, is stand on one foot. So when you're doing that, you want to think about centering yourself and making sure that you're on your one foot, but also you have to think about keeping all of your body weight on that leg, if that makes sense. Because when you're doing your one-footed glides, you're going to be leaning when you're testing. So you're leaning because you have to go around the corner for your test. So one of the things that I like to do, just kind of in general, standing around, at the grocery store, whatever, when I first started derby, was I actually used to just stand there like this. So I would wait in line at the grocery store, I would do dishes. If I was just standing around, I would do that, and I would switch feet. Obviously, you're going to have one leg that is more sturdy than the other. I'm left-handed, so that is my left leg. So that's something you can start with. Another thing that will help with your core and your balance is if you do like one-legged squats like that. This hip is really sore, so I'm going to do this one. And that will also help keep your muscles all together, and make sure when you're doing that your core is nice and tight, and that you're focusing on one spot. Whenever you're balancing, try and focus on one spot, and your body will kind of get used to that. So one of the other things you need to do, which also leads up to your one-footed glides, you will be tested on just one-footed balance. When I started derby, our trainer, God love her, had us training to stand on one foot with our skates on for 1 full minute. Don't let anybody tell you that it's 1 full minute. Your test is actually 30 seconds. So when we actually did our test, we were nice surprised, and I remember stressing so much about that. And I would stand in my living room on my skates for 1 minute, watching a show, just like practicing, and you have to do it with both legs. So always make sure you're doing everything with both legs, because you have to. One of the things that we do, a good way to stand on one foot when you're in skates is what we call a star pose. So when you're in skates, but you can also do it off skates, is you're making sure that all of that body weight is on that leg, you're nice and planted, and you can have your arms out for balance. And obviously we're doing it both sides. Again, this is my stronger side because I'm left-handed. I don't know why it is that way, but it is that way. That's how God made us. So we're going to transition now, and I will put some skates on and show you the on-skates portion of it. Okay, so I have my skates on, and we are outside, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the one-footed glides and building up to that. So again, the first thing you want to work on is your balance. So with your skates, you want to make sure that your knee is bent. I'm on a little bit of a hill here, so if I roll,
you're going to
out
roll.
Of frame. So you want to make sure your knee is a little bit bent, okay? That's going to just help keep all of that weight in the one spot. And again, you can, player's choice. You can lift your leg up like this, or you can do your star pose. And again, your testing goes for 30 seconds. So at least try 30 seconds. If you want to be super cool about it, do it for a minute. And one of the best things to do is to find something to focus on and just stay staring at that, okay? So we're going to switch legs. Same thing. Do our star pose. And I just looked away. Can't see because of my glasses, but I did. Okay, so that's kind of where you need to be for that. Always remembering to keep the power in your leg that is obviously down. Don't do the one that's up. Wardrobe malfunction. And keep that knee just ever so slightly bent, and it'll help keep everything aligned. And then when you start being able to balance like that, then you can add it into your one-footed glide. So you're gonna one-footed glide.
Here, why don't I follow you a little bit?
Okay. All right, so when you're starting your one-footed glides, you're gonna push off and just lean. You notice all of like my weight is kind of right over top of that leg because then it gives me a little bit more control to turn. Let's do the other one. Whoa, watch yourself. Same thing. I'm leaning over that leg and it's pushing me in the right direction that I want to go. If you have any other questions, put them in the comments below and we'll see what we can do to clarify anything that you need to know. See you next time, guys.